I have one big blind on the bubble at the World Series of Poker. I'm in despair. My aces failed me. We're 100 people away from cashing. There is literally no shot I make it. But it's time for the greatest comeback in World Series of Poker history. It folds to me on the button, and I'm thinking about pulling a Helmuth and burning this whole place down. Now, there's not many strategic decisions to make. I have one big blind. Basically, my stack's so pathetic, I should just go all in and pray. I have ace-9 suited. It turns out to be an absolute one big blind monster. Good luck me. Small blind calls, big blind calls. Well, it's an opportunity to triple up, I guess. And we see an ace-high board. You hear that in the distance? It's a little bit of hope in my veins. I know I'm ahead. I'm against these super dusty ranges in the blinds. Small blind bets. This bet's like an expired condom. It offers me a little bit of protection. 10-6 off. Okay, I'm fading a 10 or a 6 here, and we have a chance. Running kings come out, and the fat lady has yet to sing. We have 4 blinds. There is still a chance at the $1 million and a bracelet for first. Folds to me in the cutoff. King 10 offsuit. A hell of a blackjack hand and a really good 4 big blind shove hand. I can get called by worse, and there's even a light scent of fold equity in the air. We're 80 players away from the money. Good luck me. Fold. Fold. The big blind folds. They say it's not the size of the stack that matters, but it's how you use it. It's basically a double up. And now I have 6.5 blinds. I see a weak limp in early position, and I look down at pocket 8s. The snowman, a nice hand, but I don't have any fold equity here. An early position player has entered the pot. They're not gonna limp fold to a 6 big blind shove. I probably fold 6s, but 8s, nah, we can't fear death in moments like this. We must chase after life. All in. She doesn't snap it in, which is a super good feeling. We didn't get trapped, but the call does come in. This is a big one. I was down to 1 big blind, and now we have a flip. A flip for 13 bigs. I really want to win this one. It's happening. It's actually happening. I fold for a while and get moved to a new table. There's a raise from the big stack trying to bully on the bubble, and I have the church. It's my hand. We're 20 players away from making the money. A lot of people wouldn't risk it, but my mom didn't raise me to be a bubble bitch. If we die, we die. I'm all in. The big stack folds and we live. And after that play, we make the money. So sick. 1 big blind and we cash. $3,000 locked up, but oh, there's a lot more coming and I want the million. After some nice reshoves, I now actually have some chips to play poker. I'm min raise here. The big blind defends. Pretty safe dry flop and a clean 1/3 pot c-bet wins. Choo choo, the Kmart train is cooking. This man limps in early position and I find the ace queen off once again. I see dead money out there, and that is opportunity. I'm all in. 160,000 chips at 16 big blinds. Folds back to him, and he considers his options. We're about to go on break. He's thinking for a while. If he has ace jack, would love the call. If he has a pair of 7s, would love the fold. He turns up pocket 10s. He shows me pocket 10s and whips them straight into the muck. Unbelievably tight, but we will take the chips. 2 content creators sitting beside each other. It's collision time. Poker Llama raises from early position, the minimum, 24K. I am also in early position. Ace King suited is my weapon of choice. Because of the strength of my range with this play, I can go to a small size. I 3-bet small to 62,000. Poker Llama thinks about it, calls. Big pot, a 3-bet pot in position. We see a lovely King 8-4 board. Beautiful spot. If he has aces or kings pre-flop, because of the strength that I've represented, I expect him to 4-bet. Now it's check to me. I have a huge equity hand. It's an easy spot to bet small with my range. I bet 40K. I want action. This is a really good situation. Pocket 8s could be in my opponent's range, but meh, I have a huge equity hand. He calls and continues out of position. Turn 4. Changes nothing. It doesn't change a single thing. Everything I said on the flop is true here on the turn. Because of how static and dry this situation is, it's like a cactus. I can bet small with both value and bluffs. I bet 60,000, and I don't have many chips behind either. It's an extremely strong line by me. You can feel the intensity in this pot, and then this happens. Wow, that was ballsy. I think it's a horrible, horrible poker play, but you gotta respect the balls on this kid. He went for a crazy bluff. I get moved into the big blind in a new table, and instantly the small blind rips it in my face blind on blind. Count the chips, it's 10 big blinds. I have king 4 of clubs. It's a really close decision. If your opponent is playing perfectly, this is supposed to be our calling range. I decide to put the money in, and unfortunately we're in very bad shape. Let's go, let's go. Maybe I should just fold. Like, people are tight. I probably shouldn't call, but we will take that hit. I see raise in early position, and I'm just ready to fight. I have ace jack offsuit. It's a pretty good 3-bet bluff candidate, and I do. Unfortunately, my opponent calls, wanted him to fold, but we're in position, and we see a queen 8-8 flop. Look at this pot. This is a simple 3-bet pot, and look at how many chips are in this pot. We are deep in this tournament. He checks. I bet a small size, and I'm so delighted to see him snap fold. Let's go. Like a Thanksgiving county fair, the excitement is just getting going. An 18 big blind stack rips it all in from early position. It's a big shove, 300,000 chips. I look at the fish hooks. This is beautiful. People usually min raise queens, kings, aces, so I reshove my entire stack in the middle. If I win this pot, I am over 1 million chips, and I'm delighted to see pocket sevens. In no limit hold'em, pair versus pair, this is as good as it gets. Yes, yes. As the great Little Wayne once said, a milli, a milli, a milli. Time to cowboy up on the button. I raise the minimum, which at this point is a staggering 40,000. Kings, I'm looking for action. The big blind calls. We see 3 baby connected cards. This is a very good flop for the big blind. Our kings are no longer a top tier hand. They're now a medium hand. Big blind checks it to me. I'll bet with other hands, sure. I'm gonna check back in pot control. Turn 6. It's another good card for my opponent. My opponent checks again. And at this point, we know he has something, right? It is time to get a little value from that something. I bet 40K. He calls. River, deuce. Ooh, a 3 now makes a straight. He checks once again. I think a lot of players would just check and try to win the pot in the middle, but I'm not any player. I am a recreational content creator that spazzes who's a donk cosplaying as a fish. I bet 105,000 for value. He ponders, considers his options. He calls, we show, and win. We got some nice value here, fam. We get moved to a new table, and day 2 is almost over. So my mentality is, let's go. People are tired. Let's bag a big stack. I raise king 10 off from early position, a very light raise. I then bet this flop versus the big blind, and I win another pot. I'm on the button, and this gentleman to the right of me, he just lost a huge pot. He's steaming a little bit. He rips his stack in. 16 big blinds. He just shoves, and I look at 6-6 on the button. This is extremely close, but because of what just happened, he has the smaller pairs, the suited aces. That's what's going on in my brain. Let's go with our 6s. I'm all in. In hindsight, I looked it up. 6s is the bottom, but that's stupid. This is the WSOP. I should just fold. Just like go to the comments right now and flame me. Tell me how bad I play in the comments right now. If we win that flip, we bag 2 million, but I only bag 1 million, but still 1 big blind to bag in 1 million. It's time for day 3. Anytime you make a day 3, you know you're playing for serious money. I start my day 3 with king 9 of clubs on the button, an easy raise. Big blind has a lot of chips and he defends. Flop, jack, 9-5. Really good flop for my hand. Checks to me. You could put this in your check back range, but because my kicker is so good with my second pair, I like value betting. I bet small. He check calls. I'm pretty happy about this spot overall. Turn pairs the board. It's another 5. If he has a 5, he should definitely lead some of the time, so I'm pretty happy to see him check. Definite check back in my situation. River doesn't change much. It's a 4. It checks to me again, and at this point, I think if he has a jack, he would bet the river. I'm pretty sure my 9 with the king kicker is good. My kicker might actually play here. I'm gonna go for some thin value. Like, let's get called by worse. I bet, and he snap calls. I turn my hand over like it's the winner, but it's not. He actually did check a jack on the river, so I lost a little bit here, but I still don't hate my play. I like the attempt at value. Just cost me some cheddar. There's a raise to 60,000 and a call from this player right beside me. I'm on the button. It would be a pretty good spot to make a squeeze play, but I actually have the goods. I look down at queen. We're deep in this tournament, so I'm not not going with these massive size-ins anymore. I go 205,000. I'm hoping for the action, the back shove. Come back soon, ladies. I raise a suited ace in late position. And look at this flop. When the big blind defends, ace 10-4. Ding, ding, ding. Top and bottom. Checks to me. Let's play a mat. Oh, man. It just folds to the c-bet like that. We're sitting on about 1.2 million. I look down at a very nice pair. Late position. Nines in the cutoff. Big blind's 40K now. I raise to 80. Goes to the big blind. He's a good, aggressive player. He's sitting at about 900K. Very similar to me. He thinks, and you can feel the play coming. He goes all in. 900K. All you can eat, baby, for 22 big blinds. I have a visceral reaction because the money's going in. I just have to gather myself for like 5 seconds. And here we go. Good luck me. That is the hand you want to see. Another pair versus pair situation for almost 2 million. Hold me. Everybody hold me. Maybe all this adrenaline is just a little too much. I raise ace queen off under the gun, and there is a super weak flat in late position, like the weakest flat you've ever seen. Then Button, who seems competent, makes it 260K. He has about 1 million. It looks so bluffy. It seems like he's a competent player. Surely he finds the bluffs and attacks this spot. But we're also like 300 players left in the monster stack, and people are such nits. It's so embarrassing. They're so tight. They're locked down 15% VPIP kind of players, but maybe he's bluffing. My stupid brain thinks. I go all in. I'm such an idiot, man. This is so dumb. Of course he's strong. He has kings. Now I have half my stack in the middle as a huge underdog. That's just not what I wanted to have happen. I should just fold. It's honestly really bad. I'm slightly flustered because of the punt, and I'm honestly down to fold some hands and chill, but I keep picking up playables. I see a raise in middle position, and I flat the pretty queen jack suited on the button. Big blind's in there as well, 3 ways. Flop 10-4-3. It checks to me. Even though I'm a little red in the face right now, I feel like bluffing here is a good idea, and I take a shot at it. Big blind gets out of the way, and the original razor check calls. Feels like they have a marginal hand at best. The turn's the 7 of clubs. My hand is pretty dusty, but my opponent is this Asian gentleman who is good, but also scared. He's enjoying his tournament experience. He doesn't want to bust, and I sense some weakness. I bomb the turn. He folds, and that's some power poker there. A nice win, a nice bounce back hand. 8,700 players started, and there's like 200 left. We have a huge cash locked up, and I defend the queen 3 of diamonds in the big blind. Flop is jack 10-10, but there are 2 diamonds out there. I check, never gonna lead. My opponent bets small. This is very common, and I have a decision. Do I want to check raise this hand or check call? I don't think I want to go crazy in this spot, but I would love to see a turn card. I call. Turn sucks. It's the measly, pathetic little 6 of clubs. I check. Checks back. Okay, it's a free card, and shoot, we absolutely miss. So I have queen high here now. Not going to be the winner almost ever. I got to decide, should I bluff? Can I get ace high to fold? And I think about it. I have a lot of bluffs here. You know, the 9-8, the 9-7, the queen 9, the queen 8, the missed diamonds. He could even hero me with ace high. I don't want to bluff with this hand. I check. It checks. He is king 4 of diamonds. So it's like, sucks to lose to king high. But if a diamond hits, we're out of the tournament. So I guess I'll take this result. I now have 700,000 chips, and I'm in late position. The big blind is 50,000. It's a massive blind. So what, I have like 14 big blinds? I look at king queen off. This is a hand I just want to rip. I'm going to power poker this one in the middle. Classic short stack strategy. And we do get it through. A nice pickup. Here's me. All in again for 500,000. Sounds like a lot, but we are deep in this son of a... And that's only 6 big blinds. I have ace queen, and the big blind is thinking. This is the dude who got us earlier with kings. At this point, I know he's thinking about gambling with a really bad hand, so I'm praying for a call in Domination Nation. He flicks it in. He is queen 5 of hearts, and that's the hand we want to see. I am doing Jeff Probst really proud because I'm surviving 14 big blinds back to 1.2 million. I'm a possessed man on a mission. All I have to do is beat 180 donkeys and I win $1 million in a bracelet. I raise ace 10 suited from early position. Big blind defends. We see ace 6-4. Us poker players cannot deny we see top pair, we get sprung. I bet 75k in flow and a check call from the big blind. Turn, deuce. Not much of a threat there. I had some 2 pairs come in, 5-3 suited. Overall, threat level still low. I want to keep the aggressive play going in this hand. Checks to me, I bet 275,000. My opponent thinks, folds, and we scoop a nice one. Every single pot on day 3 is so important. Unfortunately, I have garbage for a couple of orbits. You don't want to get dealt out of these things. Blinds are now 80k. I have 1.2 million, still 15 big blinds. This guy is good. General rule in poker, bald, young people, very good. He's in the small blind for 40k and I'm in the big for 80k. He raises, but it's weird. He raises to 340,000. The size is massive. It's ginormous. 4.2x. It's just bigger than expected, and now I'm confused. I look down at pocket threes, 3-3. Now, normally blind on blind, this is a fist pump jam spot. You shove it deep down his grill, you hope for the fold, and if not, at least you have a pair. I have 17 big blinds. It is what I'm supposed to do, but that size, it's chunky. You could call it an American raise, but oh man, I love fold equity with good hands. I am a huge, massive for fold equity. If I shove and he folds, that would be amazing. I have 3s. Why not use the weapon against him to be the aggressor? It's too much temptation for me to pass. I jam my stack and... oh no, snapped. Oh fuck. Oh yes, he has ace king. It's a flip. I'm actually a tiny favorite. It's basically a flip, but... oh. 8,700 people started, and after 3 days, 24 hours of play, I get 157, almost for $10,000. A really nice hit, a really nice score. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for the support. I think you can notice the step up in quality in these latest videos. We're out here making movies. I love you guys. This is the best community. Send this channel to the moon. I will win $1 million one day.